Hello and welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos, a D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. Do we have any plugs quickly, guys, before we get into combat? Okay, as usual, we have, if you want to support the show, generally speaking, you can share the podcast, give us a review if your podcatcher of choice allows that. If you want to go the step further and help us financially to keep the show going, there is the Redbubble where you can get some merch, and there is the Patreon where you can get some bonus stuff like my DM notes, my homebrew stuff, and early access to episodes. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. And we're back. So, where we last left off, the party was subjected to a massive explosion in the middle of Ross's theatre in Bapsa Shad after returning to the city on their way through to New Arcadia. So, we already pre-rolled initiative before jumping into the episode. So we will start with Caius.
Yes. So just a refresher. We've had some form of explosion come through and impact the lot of us. The windows are fairly high. Is that correct? So we can't
yes.
see out of them.
You could probably see out of them, not too easily, but it's possible.
Okay.
So as I have, you can see on the map layout, most of the party are on the ground audience level. Ross is up here on the stage, right at the apron.
Okay. The door towards where the attack came from.
Yep. So the attack came from this window here, so this would be the door. So there's either this side door or this back door.
Probably the side door would be closest to where it is.
So
he's not going out, he's stepping closer towards it.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check.
Should I, or
yes,
do you just want to count it as a failure?
It's a fairly low DC.
I got a 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. You notice, like, you live in a big place, or you have lived in big places. You have seen many doors in your time. You recognize that this door is one that from where you are standing now is going to open inwards towards you. So what you want to do with that information is up to you.
Probably not stand right on top of it then.
So would you stand a bit back, or would you stand off to the side?
He would probably stand back a little bit and to the side.
Okay. So like there?
Yeah, about there.
Yeah.
And he's going to hold an action.
All right.
That if anything comes through that door and gets within 5 feet of him, he's going to swing at it with Cinder Knot.
Okay. Okay. So next is Ross.
Okay. So Ross is going to also go towards that door.
Okay.
And the entire time as she's going to get right up next to it.
Yeah.
And the entire time she's going to go, shh, shh, quiet, just stay quiet, stay down.
So with your standard with your standard movement, you can basically get to these steps here, right by the door.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine. And then she's going to look at the closest person, which in this case is now Caius, and she's going to... I would like to use my bonus action first, DM.
Yes.
Which is to say that
Any
she's
order you
going to look at Caius and say, whatever happens, do whatever you can to keep the party safe. I believe in you. That's Bardic Inspiration. There you go, Caius. Right. D12 plus 2. And then I assume at some point in Ross's time as doing what she does, she has met relatively high up members of the military in the Wizards of the Ruins.
Yeah.
Like, she's met some high level officers. She tends to go to galas. She's met a lot of like high level officers. Cool.
I think that's a reasonable assumption.
She is going to use her active feat to mimic the voice of one of those officers.
Okay.
And she is going to call through the door and be like, Dread Magister, we thank you for your welcome, but unfortunately this mission has already been successful. Did Taven Sarag not inform you of this, sir? Right. My men and I have already completed the operation, although if you would like, you can come in and reap the spoils.
All right. So roll me a deception check at advantage because you have the active feat.
Yay! Deception. Oh, my deception's really good. That's a 19.
19. So let's roll. That is actually no, from all. Just is able to see through the deception.
Fuck,
which you can tell before by hearing this cry of, do not believe their lies. Go in, take them.
Fuck.
I rolled right on a 19. All right.
Is it too late for Flash of Genius?
It is. It is.
Yeah, I know.
Is it also too late for Peerless skill?
It is, unfortunately.
I should have used it. Fuck me dead. That's fine. Everything's fine, and there's nothing else I can do. That was my action. Anyway, I tried, y'all.
Okay. Rook.
Oh gosh.
So you are all the way over here.
Okay.
Yeah, your kind of maroon is very hard to see on this wood floor.
Yeah, it is.
Just look for your cloak.
I guess because this is very happening almost at the same time. Rook's going to go and stand next to Caius, I guess.
Yeah. Which point? So here.
Yeah, there.
So,
yeah. Behind him, I guess.
Behind him?
And just kind of get into a defensive stance, and as a bonus action, summon her weapon. Unfortunately, I got a nat 20, but I can't actually do any rolling attacks.
However,
around.
Are you holding an action? Are you holding an attack for anything that comes past?
I guess I will, yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, in that case, if you do attack something, you do get advantage on that roll.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Next,
just prepared.
Yeah. Next is initiative count 20, which is something I'm calling theater actions, but are basically domain actions from the Strongholds and Followers book, because Ross has spent time and money cultivating this theater over the past year. So she gets special actions that she can use. Would you like to use any of them now?
Not at this particular moment.
All right. So next is, there are a pair of, where are these folk? Yeah, they're gonna, oh, this one's gonna have a bit of difficulty, so they're gonna 3, Actually, what spells do they have? Yeah, they have Dimension Door. So, you all watch as two mages in crimson robes teleport in this flash into the theater. One of them holding by their side a being in heavy plate armor covering every part of them. So that is their turns. Then there are 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these ranged guards are gonna go in. They're gonna no, that one can't really do what he wants. So it's gonna stay. This one is gonna push the door in and step in.
How dare.
1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. 1, 2.
I don't like the amount of people in this theater who haven't paid
5,
admission.
6. Okay, so Caius and Rook, as that guard comes in, you both get your attacks, your held actions.
Okay. I'll go first then, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
The first one is I believe that's a 30 to hit.
30 will certainly hit.
Yep. What is this guard, out of curiosity? What's he wearing?
This one's wearing fairly simple leather armor. This is, you get the impression this one's simply kind of city watch kind of rank. Definitely has the look and garb of one associated with the Wizards of the Ruins, but relatively lower ranking member.
Okay. First attack is a 29 damage.
Okay, that he collapses on the ground. So Rook, you still will have your held action for when the next one comes through, because now that one's out of the way, there is actually room for them to get through. So you can make an attack against one as well.
So is that door now open, just out of curiosity?
Yes, so
Okay.
I should. Yeah.
So that is a 18 to hit.
18 just hits. They are in full plate.
Okay,
But
so I'm going to do 4 Eldritch Blasts against this.
All right. So you didn't hold Eldritch Blast, you held a weapon attack, I believe.
I didn't specify.
Okay.
I was thinking Eldritch Blast in my head. Is
Okay.
that fine to hold?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Sorry.
So each of those should be a separate attack then. So the first one would be the 18.
Okay, so that's 11 to hit, 11 damage.
So the
fire damage
second
with
one, 11 fire damage. Oh, he's incinerated.
that. Oh, okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the guards. Then it is Corba's turn, who is going to go towards... Who is he going to target first? Actually, let's roll a d6. 1, 2. Okay. So I should probably assign people to. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be his attempts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go towards 2, 3. Rook. And is going to do a longsword attack against her. That is a 14. Does that hit?
No.
All right. He's going to attack again. That is a natural one. And third attack is an 18. Does that hit?
That equals it.
That does hit then. And he's going to. So he has his longsword attack, which is he? Yeah, he's got a shield. So that is going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Plus, and you're not raging yet, are you?
No, unfortunately.
So plus 13 of necrotic.
What?
So 9 plus 13. And then he's going to... no, he doesn't have smites. Okay, I was thinking of the other one. He just has constant smites. He just essentially has constant smites through that necrotic damage. All right, so you lose 22 hit points. All up. Okay, and then it is Bertie's go.
Okay, so quick question. Would most of the enemies that are currently in the room be within 30 feet of Bertie, or can he move to a point where they would be?
Yes. The furthest ones in the room to you are... They're all within about 25 feet of you, in fact.
Okay, cool, thank you. So first off, I guess I'll do a bonus action first. So he's going to charge up the Blade of Arcane Potential, just so I can get that charged and ready. So Bertie kind of like...
what element? What damage type?
Radiant.
Radiant?
Probably. Yeah, Radiant.
Okay.
That's right. I need to make a note of that. Yes. So most likely also for people's word images, mind images. Basically, Bertie would have like dropped back a bit when the explosion happened. He would have then quickly turned to register Caius and Ross and Rook running to the door, and then turned to see people dimension dooring into the room. And so he kind of seems to like contemplate things really quickly. He then picks up his sword and sort of like pulses a charge into that. But then he kind of like he like slightly raises his left hand and touches like sort of the collarbone sort of area on his like through his shirt, and that seems to like shimmer very momentarily, and so then he disappears for a moment because he's going to cast Steel Wind Strike
Okay.
with his tattoo.
All right.
Yeah, so basically Steel Wind Strike, that's his tattoo that he has, sort of the little tree sort of one, which you can't see, but I imagine probably it would like, if you could see it, it has little daggers coming down from it, so they just disappear, link out. So yeah, but he momentarily disappears. And so basically what happens is I get to choose up to 5 creatures I can see within range, so he basically attacks each one and jumps past them. So I have to make a melee spell attack against each target.
Yeah, there are precisely 5 enemy creatures in the in the theater at the moment.
All right, and then I end up within 5 feet of the last enemy.
So a melee spell attack.
Yes. So for me, that is so I rolled a nat 20 for my first my first strike.
Nice.
So
I'll let you assign it as you wish.
Yeah.
Probably the person closest to him.
So that's on Aran. That's on
Cool.
Corba.
Awesome. I'll take a picture of that. I'll share that later. So that's a total of 35 to hit.
Yeah, that hits it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
can't even like shield or anything against that. It's
awesome. And so what I'll do, Dubby, is I'll do a 2 hit for each one, and then I'll just roll the damage because I believe it's the same for each one.
Yeah.
So next one is a 25 to hit.
25 will certainly hit.
Yep. The next one is an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Another 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
I have a plus 15 for this thing. Another nat 20.
All right.
I don't know if that counts, but I'll take another picture.
Yeah.
My God.
It definitely counts. Definitely counts.
Cool. And yeah, so I'll roll the damage. So it's 6d10.
Yeah.
So I'll do that on not sponsored D&D Beyond. It's all right. So every single person takes 38 points of force damage.
So the guards,
So, yeah.
the guards are just eviscerated with this flourish.
Cool.
Um,
People around them will just see Bertie disappear, and then like just a blink of him next to each person, and then he will end near the last one, ideally like closer to one of his allies.
yeah, so you're basically right by Newman.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then kind of like little like glimmer through his like white sleeve comes down. And he kind of like just drops a bit, but then it holds his like sword, which is probably still covered in blood now. Fun.
Yeah.
There are some little guard smears everywhere now.
Now,
And that's the end of Bertie's turn.
8, and this is force damage, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
38 points of force
Yeah,
damage.
that is, and to
Yeah, God, nat 20 on Corba as well.
to Corba, that is what, 70?
60-10 is total.
It's 76. 76
okay,
points
so
of damage.
A bit of it got reduced.
Yeah, that is a significant chunk of health from him.
Nice.
All right, Newman, it's your go.
Is there a door to the left-hand side of our view of the map currently?
So there are. Let's see if I can bring it up. So that's upstage. So there are the 2 side doors at the side of each. The side of each one, and then there's also the front door. So if I move that slight, no, it doesn't quite show.
Is there anyone at the front door?
You cannot tell from where you are.
Well, no one's come in. Will it take an action to open the door?
It would be an interaction, yeah. No, it won't take an action.
Alrighty, so Newman is going to go up to that door.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you using bonus action
Feline
dash
agility?
or feline agility? Yeah. Okay.
He's going to interact with the door to open it.
Yeah.
What does he see?
He sees a hulking, undead ogre. I'll flash this up for you guys. Yeah.
Is it similar to the one at the other door?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just lumbering there.
Newman is going to be like, and can you close the door?
Yeah.
And he puts the he puts the rod up against the door and activates it.
All right.
So he's essentially going to lock that door, hopefully. So that's using his action, unfortunately. But can we flavor it that he can bring Zoot Suit out with his bonus action, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he's going to bring Zoot Suit out. He can't do much else this turn. If he's allowed, he'd like to just tell the party that we've got... hey, everyone. We've got yet another ogre on this side. Please look after yourselves. I've locked this door. I don't know how long it'll hold. And then he's going to step away from the door and see if he can find maybe somewhere he can see through. Maybe like a window that he can get to, perhaps?
Yeah. So you can probably... Ooh, not quite with the speed you've got, but you can head towards this necromancer here.
Yeah, can you go behind the necromancer?
Yeah. So you can go... you can get just there.
Sure. Yeah, he'll just chill there for a bit.
Okay. All right. Anya, it's your turn.
Okay. So, I've been spending this entire time thinking about what Anya's gonna do, and then every new enemy that's come in, I've been like, fuck. So, she, after not being able to stop this explosion from happening, and only being able to protect herself, she's kind of starting to panic a little bit. So her breath is quickened a little bit, but she tries to steel herself, and she looks across the battlefield. So correct me if I'm wrong, there's 2 enemies on Caius and Rook, 1 on Newman.
There is 1 enemy on Caius and Rook. That is Sam is also there.
Oh, right, I forgot about Sam.
Yeah.
And are there any others inside? I just am.
So there's
apologies.
There's Corba by the martial classes. There is 1 necromancer behind you and 1 necromancer by Newman.
Cool.
The necromancers are both like they're breathing heavily, and that breathing is shaky.
Okay. So Anya, her breathing is also quite shaky, from this sort of panic. Now I'm going to roll something because she is going to cast a spell, but I think her panic is probably a little bit overwhelming her a little bit at the moment. So I am going to roll her a little thing to see how. That's not good. Cool. So she goes to cast she uses 2 of her sorcery points and goes to cast fire arrows. So she's reaching around and she grabs at her quiver, and as she sort of goes to cast this magic, it wafts back up at her, so her arrows are flaming, like it does still work, but I'm going to roll a d8 and take that damage. Is that cool with you, Darby? Yep. Awesome. So she takes 6 damage. And she kind of swears and starts moving backwards. So she'll move like 30-ish or like pretty far back towards the where Birdie is, and
so
probably going to clamber up onto the stage.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. What is your speed?
45.
45. So yeah, you could even if we consider basically a half movement to get up onto the stage, that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could still get you to the back of the stage.
Yeah, and she's then going to attempt to hit the one that's in her direct line of sight with her wild bow.
All right, roll to hit.
Yes. I will do so right now. Ooh, that's a 16.
16 will hit.
It will hit? Okay.
Yeah, they're not well armored.
Yeah, wizards. I remember now. So that'll be 1d8 plus 8 plus 2d10 plus a d6. So that's 15.
15.
Do they have any resistances? Because I can't break it up.
They do not. They do have resistance to necrotic, but you don't deal necrotic.
Yeah, cool. So that will be 32 damage altogether.
Okay, that necromancer is down.
And she will end her turn like that because she's used her bonus action and everything.
Yeah. All right. Next is Sam. Sam is going to make 2 attacks, as is his wont as a paladin, against... Actually, is there anything he would do with spells? Any fun spells for him? Otherwise... What is... Yeah, no, he's... Oh. No. He's just gonna save it for... Yeah, he's gonna bonus action cast Holy Weapon on his blade. And then do 2 attacks at Corba. I come back up the actions. So these are a 25 and a... So 1 hit, 1 miss. So the Blade of Disruption does basic of 2d... so it does 1d6. So 4 slashing. Then 2d6. So 9, and then what was Holy Weapon, I believe, was Holy Weapon is... Oh, he casted it at a 6th level apparently from where I clicked on Beyond. So it is 2d8. It doesn't scale. Yeah, it doesn't scale. Okay, that's better. So that's 9 points of radiant damage. So grand total of 18 points of damage. All right, and that is his turn. Now it is the ogre zombies' turns. So first is going to be, this one's going to come in here, and is going to attack. Now, what does it have? It does not have multi-attack, but it is going to punch at Caius. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Okay, so that is... It's not going to be much, honestly. It really isn't going to be much. Those are bad rolls. That is 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Then the one's going to come in from the other side and attack Bertie, because he's there. Does a 19 hit you, Bertie? I believe it does not.
It doesn't. So yeah, Bertie will kind of... He's small. He'll duck. Yeah, it's a 20 for Bertie, so he just ducks in time.
Okay. Yeah. It swings wide and you're able to... Your lithe frame is able to duck underneath the swing. And then this one is going to try as it might, try to smash through the door. Nope.
Just for the sake of saying, I remembered what the rod was called. The Immovable Rod.
Yes. Yeah. There is an amount of force that will move it, but basically without a nat 20, it's got no chance. And even then, nat 20 is only going to get you a bit of progress. Top of initiative, Caius. There is a big motherfucking ogre over you.
So there's an ogre and an armored boy.
Yes. Yeah, you're surrounded by undead on both sides, basically.
Exactly where a paladin wants to be.
Indeed.
Okay. Well... Caius is... so that he can focus on what he's doing, he needs people to not really be looking at him. So after seeing Bertie sort of disappear and sort of bamf around the room, Caius is going to look over and sort of give a little bit of a grin over at Bertie, a soft nod, and then turn back at Corba with his grin fading. And he's just going to flex his back muscles and disappear.
Alright. So I don't quite have an invisible Caius mini. But let's just use this invisible dwarf here.
Alright. He also gets shorter.
Alright. Okay, so
And with his-
that's your action, isn't it?
That is... Oh, that's an action, isn't it?
Yeah, greater invisibility.
Yep,
Yeah.
perfect. He is now going to action surge
Okay.
and take 3 swings at the armored fellow in front of him.
Okay.
And I believe because he is invisible, this is an advantage.
Let me double check that whether he has. Yeah, this is an advantage. No true sight.
Excellent. At 26?
26 hits.
Okay. Going to pop a first level smite into this
Okay.
as well. Oh, you mentioned there were... I was surrounded by undead.
Yes.
With smite, do I get extra on undead?
I believe you get 1 extra d8 on undead.
Yep, plus 1d8 against undead or
Yes.
fiends. I will take that.
Yeah.
So this is a first level.
Yes.
Okay. It's 10. That is 35 damage. to start.
35 from the first hit.
Yes.
He's
Do you
looking.
need radiant separate?
No.
Okay.
No. He's looking shaky.
Excellent. Second hit. That's a 19 at the crit.
Yes, it is. Our champion fighter crits. Okay. Are you looking at doing a second level smite?
Yeah. Why not? I'm just gonna take a quick photo of this. If my camera will load. It's not. So, there it is. Okay. This is gonna hurt. Okay. So we've got 9, 29, 30, 42, and then there's more numbers on top of that. Hang on, math is hard. 2.
What does this remaining necromancer have? Because Caius be scary. Caius is scary.
Invisible Caius be very
Yeah.
scary.
Yes.
Yeah. It's worth noting for the magic users, the first attack that he did, he is still invisible. So that's another 52. I think I've worked this out wrong. I think there's more damage on top of this, but I can't figure out where I've gone wrong. I've got 94.
94. Okay, looking really shaky.
Excellent. Hit him again.
Okay, roll to hit.
I got a 20.
Oh my.
What?
Okay.
This is... it was the same dice as well that rolled the 19.
Yeah.
That's blurry. Okay. This is stupid.
It truly is.
And 35. That's 98.
98. How are you doing this?
Well, it doesn't
Wait,
matter
is-
because no one can see me.
Is this the Dread Magister?
Yeah. So you all see as this just flashes of almost as if steel is hitting into this Dread Magister and radiant energy, and the armor cracks around them. And you see them kind of start to collapse backwards. And then then bolster themselves and set back up. This is mythic form, baby.
Oh boy.
So yeah, Corba is back to full hit points, but yeah, has extra things, and there are changes.
Excellent. Am I able to bonus action?
If you have a bonus action that you can do, yes.
Can I cast a spell as a bonus action? I can't remember if...
Yeah, because your action
that's
wasn't...
not an actual spell.
Yeah, because you weren't casting a spell, you were using a magic item, strictly speaking.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can cast a bonus action spell.
Excellent. Can I cast Shield of Faith?
Yes. On yourself?
No, I'll cast it on Bertie.
Okay. So... okay, is that...
And that is my round.
Okay. So... Alright. So next is Ross. So you see this, the kind of cracked armor of Dread Magister Aran Corba, fueled now purely by rage.
You know, I very much could have been telling the truth. You know, it really behooves you to believe the people that are under you. Anyway, what an emotional roller coaster. Okay.
There is like, you are staring basically at the back of an ogre zombie too.
I know. Question.
Yes.
Would Ross be... Hold on, wait. Is there a... There is no minimum for the intelligence they need to have. So... Ross is going to, Is she technically in melee with a zombie ogre?
Yes.
So she can't really move away without an attack of opportunity.
No.
Baller. Okay. Can she just, without leaving melee, get to a point where she can see basically all the enemy boys in a 60-foot radius?
You can't necessarily see the ones that are outside, but you can see, so that's as far as you can get without leaving the ogre's melee.
But I can see both the ogres, I can see the necromancer and his shield friend.
Yes. So all the enemies inside are within 60 feet of you.
Cool. You know what I'm gonna do, Darby. I need you to start making some wisdom saves as she casts mass suggestion.
Alright.
Gotta hit a 22. I feel like Corba's gonna hit it. I don't think. I'm unsure about it.
The necromancer's gonna cast counterspell. But
Counterspell!
You're counterspelling the counterspell?
Yeah!
Alright, yeah, they just use a base level counterspell, so yeah, counterspell succeeds, and yeah, so they have to make their wisdom saves. Okay, so the necromancer fails. What is the suggestion, by the way?
The suggestion is going to be we are not every word has left my brain. That's not the suggestion. She's going to say, we don't care about you. Leave us be.
Okay. So they all failed. Corba is going to use a legendary resistance to succeed.
I figured he would. I just don't want the giant undead punchy boys.
Yeah. And the rest of your turn?
The rest of my turn is I am going to look to Anya. And over the earrings. So, if the channel wasn't already open, I'm using my bonus action to open up the channel. No, I'm not using. Was the channel already open, friends? That's actually important for what I'm about to do.
I feel like it probably was.
It was, yeah. I feel like we have it open all the time.
Yeah, when we're together, it just makes sense that we'd have it open, especially with what's been going on.
Yeah.
And I believe Newman used it earlier as well.
Yeah.
You did? Cool.
As well.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay, so yeah, Ross will use the earring to use her bonus action to give Anya inspiration.
Oh.
So what she's going to say over the earring is, breathe, Anya, you've got this. We've all got this. We can win this. Just breathe. And that is a D12 plus 2 whenever you want it, Anya.
Anya doesn't say anything in response, but her breathing does slow down.
Okay.
So...
And I believe that's all from Ross then.
That's all she wrote, baby.
Yeah, Rook.
Okay, and seeing that the zombie thing isn't hopefully going to be an issue anymore, Rook is going to go over to the big bad. And as she does so, she's just going to quickly say over to Ross, quick question, is this building fireproof?
Is it, Darby?
The amount of money you've put into this, it would be.
Oh.
At this point, I really hope it is.
Well, all right. And so she is going to cast Immolation.
Okay, so this is a saving throw?
Yeah, it's a Dex 16
Dex
saving
16? Okay. That is a 15. He's going to use another legendary resistance to... Oh no, he has advantage on this. I should re-roll the wisdom from before just in case he... yeah, no, so he didn't have to use the legendary resistance for the wisdom. Doesn't have to use the legendary resistance for the immolation.
Okay, I wasn't expecting the place to actually be fireproof.
But
and then afterwards...
he does still take sun damage, doesn't he?
Oh.
Let me...
Ah, yes, half as much. So 8d6.
Half as much and it doesn't last, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. So 24, so 12 damage.
12
oh, that rolled.
damage.
Actually, no, Savage Attacker.
Savage Attacker is not
It's
on
not for
spells.
spells.
No.
Okay, 12 damage. And then, yeah, as my bonus action, Rook is finally going to go into a rage.
All right.
And her ancestral spirits appear, and I think they probably look a bit more solid and defined than they did last time. You would have seen Rook using them.
Okay. Theater actions. Ross, do you want... Ross is... Zoe's ducked out, so I'm going to assume no. Necromancer. Yeah, doesn't do anything. Guards. There are still some guards. These ones are going to go up to the doorway, but I'm going to stay there because their ogre friend is there. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Are they under the effects of mass suggestion also?
No, because Ross could not see them.
Cool.
1, 2, 3. This one kind of sneaks under the ogre's legs to go into melee with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then dash 2, 3, Okay. Who is going to be the clearest target? Probably Anya, from the crossbow wielding guard. But
What up, homie? Good luck hitting me.
yeah, well, your AC is even higher because you have. I would say this is 3/4 cover. So your AC is what? Effectively like 25.
Yeah.
That is. No, they don't have a very good bonus. That was a natural 19. It's still like 22. Would have hit you if he was inside, but he's not. And the one by you, Bertie, with the spear is going to attack. That is a 7 total. So again, you duck out of the way.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. He handily ducks out of the way.
Yeah. All right. Now it is Corba's turn. Corba is going to cast Dispel Magic on Caius. It is a 4th level he's using, so he does have to roll for it.
Is Caius visible?
No. But he knows where he is because he's been beaten.
Yeah.
Alright. That is a natural 19, so Caius is visible again. And that is Corba's turn.
I'm going to do Mage Slayer, and I'm going to attack him.
Ah, of course. Yes. Okay, roll to hit.
So that is a 21 to hit.
21 to hit. He is going to use his parry action to bring his sword up to meet your axe to cause that to miss.
Ah, coward.
So your axe meets his blade in the air. Bertie, it's your go.
Alrighty. So currently, just as a recap, so zombies are out of action. They're very clearly following Ross's commands. Yes.
Yes.
Stepping down. So there is Super Saiyan Corba, and is there anyone else in the room that's hostile?
There is the guard that just attacked you.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's right in front of me. My apologies. Well,
it's easy
he
to forget him when he
attacking.
misses.
Cool. All right. So, bonus action. So he kind of looks like with some concern towards Caius, but then probably within those 6 seconds tries to catch, to spot what his expression is like as he disappears. But he turns to the person directly in front of him, focuses, and bonus action. So charges otherworldly guise.
Yep.
Turns to the person, focuses, his eyes go like glowing white, and then the wings spread out from his back. And then Bertie is going to bop this guy.
All right.
In front of him. So it's plus 15 to hit. That was a natural one. Fun. That's okay. Tasha's
yeah, you
16,
get another attack.
But, yeah, I get another attack, so that's fine. Okay. So that is a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. So just a moment. Sorry. So I'm still checking the rules again. So 5d8 plus what I roll normally. So 1d8. So it's 3 plus 7, and then I'll just do. Hang on. Sorry. Have that set up on D&D 5d8, just one moment.
They've got get it for posterity, but yeah,
they're gone.
Yeah,
All right.
like so
fine.
basically they go to stab at you with their spear. You duck down, and as you come back up, you burst out with wings and slash at him and take him out.
Yep, he tried to dodge, I stab him down, he just is eviscerated.
Yeah.
And I guess just as a free action, Bertie will, I guess on the messages be like, hey, hold back, if anyone needs help, let me know. I'll be there for you.
All right.
He is looking at Caius when he says that, but
Yeah.
Caius is about to be wailed on, so yeah.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, Corba is going to use a mythic action to cast a spell. And he's going to cast Destructive Wave. So
we can't counter spell, can we?
you can if you want to.
I'll try to. I believe my counter spell isn't automatic. I can't remember what level it is automatically though.
It is automatic because this is a 5th level spell. However, the necromancer that's left is going to try to counter you.
Okay.
They are to be.
Are they still in combat? Or are they
Can
leaving?
they? Because they already used their counterspell to counterspell me.
They did. Yeah, and they haven't had their turn yet. So no, yeah, you counterspell his Destructive Wave. Okay.
And so he starts to cast Destructive Wave. The magic wells up, and Birdie just reaches a hand out and just yanks that magical energy.
Yeah.
Which just siphons directly back into his
Yeah.
arm. and
Yeah.
he
Take back a
shudders and
spell
then-
slot.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
And the wings kind of shudder oddly as he absorbs that.
Yeah. Next is Newman.
All right. So, he's going to try and do a couple of things. Firstly, he wants to have a look at the guy who just got his spell cancelled.
Yeah.
Corba.
Yes.
Is he familiar with what's happening right now? Does he know why he basically died and then came back to life?
Is Newman familiar with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you. Would he be?
Roll me an Arcana check.
So that is a 23.
23. You're not quite sure, but it's likely the result of powerful necromancy.
Magical in nature, most likely. Then?
Yes.
The effect of a spell, perhaps.
No, not quite a spell.
Okay. Newman is going to confirm with the necromancer in front of him. He's going to wave a hand in front of his face and make sure that he's not paying any attention to Newman in any hostile way as he tiptoes away from him. Closer and closer to the hole in the wall, the window, I believe.
Mhm.
And he wants to inspect the window. He knows there's a guard on the other side
Yep.
now. But is there enough room of this window to throw something through? He assumes there is because they did the same
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Cool. Enough room for Zoot Suit to fit through as well, mayhaps?
Yeah.
Awesome. Newman is going to open up his pouch and take out a totem that sort of looks like a dragon. And he's going to throw that out of the window to this guard's right-hand side if he can.
Okay.
As it hits the ground, the totem will do something strange. The totem starts to get quite large, very, very large, and turns into a mechanical dragon.
Yes.
On
Cool.
top of that, Zoot Suit, upon Newman's command, will then fly through the window and slot into the dragon's head as the dragon begins to animate.
Okay, so this side. Yeah.
So he'll use his action to throw that item. And then I don't think there's much he can do for his bonus action. So I think we'll just flavor that he got Zuzu to use that. And he's going to step back and go into melee with the necromancer again. And then I'm hoping the dragon's turn is straight after.
Yes, because it's
Cool.
on your turn.
Radiant breath, please.
All right. So
so
what is
The dragon exhales a ray of radiant energy in a 120-foot line that is 5 feet wide. Each creature in that line must make a DC 16 dex save. So, he's going to do a line straight along the wall.
Yeah,
of the
I'm gonna
building.
roll that's gonna get all 4 of these guys.
That's what I was aiming for.
Roll me the damage because
Sure.
depending on how high it is, I might not even need to roll saves.
Sure. So it just gives me I'm guessing the average, but I'm going to roll it, which is 7d8. Alrighty, so that is 26 radiant damage on a failed save.
26, did you say?
26.
So even halved, that's 13. Yeah, they're demolished
Cool.
in a burst of radiance.
And then the dragon will make its way to the door where the zombie ogre is, as it
Alright.
pokes its head I can't say that word, but pokes its head in with menace, looking at Corba.
Menacingly.
Menacingly.
I know the mini's head is over the
Newman.
door frame, but it would be under the door frame.
Yeah. Newman has sort of been like watching over his shoulder this entire time and like gives the biggest like yes, because he's tested this thing before, but he hasn't tested that. Cool, and yeah, that's Newman's turn.
Okay. Next is Anya.
Okay. So with the encouraging words from Ross, Anya sort of remembers to focus her breathing a little bit. And she takes one deep breath and sort of listens around and tries to feel for both sounds and magic that she might be able to reach out and feel, and just gets like a more secure idea of where everyone is. And as she does that, she focuses in on Corba, is that what his
Corba.
name is? Corba? Corba.
Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out for me there for a second. And she ducks down and does her bonus action hide
Yeah.
first. So I will.
I'll say you can probably
that.
get to a kind of point where, from Corba's perspective,
It's
you're kind of
27. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's got.
She's hiding behind the big
he
velvet curtains.
Also,
Yeah.
Is it partial cover or is it not partial cover? Because she can hide in even very light cover.
Yeah.
It's one of her.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it wouldn't affect your AC or his AC, but yeah.
Yeah, so she hides, which, yes, I am fishing for advantage so she can
Yeah.
get sneak attack.
Yeah.
And taking another deep breath, she levels her bow directly at him, pulls back the quiver, and shoots. I also just remembered that I have still been underutilizing this fucking bow.
Yeah.
Because she already used her bonus action. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, there's a second arrow, but she's used her bonus action, so that's
Yeah.
fine. I will roll to see if that will hit. I'll roll
Yeah.
twice. So the first one was a 21 and the second one was a 32.
Whew, both of those would have hit.
Cool. Now I am going to do the damage. So does he have, because he's a necromancer, would radiant damage be?
No vulnerabilities, just immunity to poison and necrotic.
Cool. That's fine. That means I can roll them all together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 d6 of sneak attack, plus the 1d6 of fire, plus the 2d10 of radiant damage, plus the d8 of the regular damage, and then whatever this rolls, it'll also be plus 8.
Yep.
And I'm rolling that on Beyond so everyone can see it. So that is 51 points of damage.
All right. That is a hefty chunk out of his form. All
Cool.
right.
And that's all. That's all she wrote. That's all she can do.
Yeah. Sam is going to do 2 attacks against Corba. One will hit, one will miss. And that is a lot better damage than last time. grand total of 5, 6, 7, 8, grand total of 21 damage. And actually, you know what? He's gonna pump a 5th level smite into this. Because he's a bard as well, he's got the spell slots. And then the extra one for undead. A couple of ones in there, but an 8 and so 10, 18, 24, so 31 extra points, so for a total of 53 points of damage. Corba is still up, but yeah, so the zombies are, the 2 that are inside are placid. The other one is going to try to attack at the door again. Rolled a natural 20. So you watch as like the door around the immovable rod splinters, but does not yet budge. All right, Caius, your go.
Right. Well, Caius is going to look at the armored figure in front of him, which has just been killed and then somehow not been killed, and go, oh, well, this is awkward. Stay down, please. And he's going to try and hit again.
All right, roll to hit.
That is a 29.
29 will hit.
That is a good roll. That is 31.
31, okay.
Yes, 31 damage for the first attack.
All right, so second attack.
He is going to attempt to shield bash.
All right.
To try and knock him prone if possible.
Yeah.
Which I believe is an athletics versus contested athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah.
And Caius is going to use his inspiration that he got from Ross.
All right. So, what was your result?
A 23.
25.
Yeah, I rolled terribly.
Yeah, natural 14 plus 11.
I rolled a 3 and an 8. Well.
Did you add the +2?
No, I did. Oh my god, I didn't add the +2.
Ties in contested rolls are generally a stalemate, unfortunately.
Well, still.
What about Newman
shame.
adds a +7 if possible?
What is the wording on that flash of genius of when it needs to be?
I just use my reaction. It doesn't say before or after a result is said. It just says for me, when you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or a saving throw, you can add +7 to the roll.
You can
7
use.
times.
Oh wait, that's how many? Yeah. No, so with that flash of genius, it's knocked prone.
Whoa. Cool. Whoa. Getting rusty. Okay. I'd stab him.
Okay, roll to hit with advantage because he's prone.
Oh my no. I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay.
My luck has run out. That's an 18.
That misses.
Yeah. I will take my third attack.
Oh yeah, the shield bash is a bonus, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
23.
23, that is enough.
Oh.
That will hit.
Okay. He will use a first level smite then as well.
All right.
39 damage.
Okay, not too bad.
Can't remember if I asked. You didn't want radiant damage separated from
No,
this, did you?
no.
Okay.
All right.
Or cold?
No. All right. So that is the end of your turn, I believe. And
Yes.
Ross.
Okay, so. So can I just get a rundown yet again of how many enemies are in the theater?
There is the Necromancer, the 2 Ogres, and the Dread Magister. There is also, to your knowledge, you can see there are 2 guards outside, and you can hear there is an ogre at the front door, smacking away at the door.
Most of my range of effect spells require me to. Well, I don't have range of effect spells. I have spells that require me to see people.
You can see the 2 targets outside.
I can.
At this, yeah, it's an open doorway. You can see.
Can an assumption be made? And I'm willing for this to be a no. Can an assumption be made that the ogre, in bashing down Ross's beautiful hardwood door, is at least partially visible?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. Then, bonus action first.
Yeah.
She's gonna look at Zoot Zoot. She's gonna look at Newman. She's gonna look at Zoot Zoot. She's gonna look at Newman. She's gonna say, "Is that what you've been doing for a year? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen!" Bardic inspiration. Whether you or Zoot Zoot have it, that's up to you, Jakey boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how many targets can I affect?
There's
10.
2 outside and there's 4 inside.
Okay, and I can see everyone except the ogre, yes?
Yes.
And all of this is within a 90-foot range?
Yes.
Then I need all of them to start making intelligence 22 saving throws as Ross casts Psychic Scream.
Oh, getting out the 9th. Okay.
Yeah, I figured I might as well use the 9th level.
All right.
Let's go. I will start getting 14d6 up.
Yeah. Necromancer fails. Guard, I should just in case. Just to add insult to injury, one of the guards rolled a natural 1 on their save. The other got a natural 18, but they also have no modifier to intelligence.
So they can't make it. 14d6. Cool.
Corba.
It's all my plastic dice.
There isn't anything about, like, if a creature is immune to fear.
Nothing. This might affect the zombie ogres. I forgot to check this. If they have an intelligence score of 2 or lower, they're unaffected.
Nope, they have an intelligence of 3.
Ah, yes, bitch! So, yeah, on a successful save, they take half damage. But
Okay.
if on a failed save, they're going to take 14d6 psychic and they are stunned.
Okay.
For some of these guys, I assume they won't live long enough to get stunned.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah, Corba's going to use a legendary resistance to save.
Okay, so he still is going to take half damage.
Yep.
So, okay, sorry.
Oh
10.
god, I just read further into your spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10, 20, 25, 31, 35, 36, 40.
Okay, so that's
44,
already enough to take out the guards.
45, 46, 50, 53 points of damage.
Woo. Surprisingly, the ogre zombies survive that.
I know. I figured they had like the craziest HP known to man.
I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed because of the visual that would have come from this.
You could lie.
Nah. The necromancer though, Newman, you watch, like you see this Karasi mage in front of you as their head explodes, leaving viscera to spray upon you. Bertie,
okay.
Bertie, you would also see this from outside the door, but it's not close enough for you to get viscera on you. Anya, you would hear the sound of these heads exploding.
Newman was already red from blush, but now he's very red.
Yeah, so for Corba and the two ogres, they would just...
so the ogres saved, but they... failed, rather, so they took the full...
But they're still alive.
Yeah. What was the damage again? I forgot.
It was 53 total?
53, so half of that is 26. All right. So I forgot to take it from Corba.
Yeah. So the exact wording of this is that I unleash the power of my mind to blast the intellect of these creatures. So for Corba and the two ogres who are in the room, I guess for the flavor and the zest of it, Ross basically like stood up proud on the stage, and kind of like when she does resonant frequency, she just belted a fucking high note, like a high C or something. And it would have been a bit like resonant frequency. Their minds would have just rattled, but in this case, they probably would have felt their brains kind of swell a bit.
And that
pressing against their skull.
That does unfortunately shake them out of their suggestion.
I know.
But it also did a hefty chunk of damage to them in the process.
Yeah. So it'll be fine when I die. I should have moved out of the way when they were still docile. That's
You
fine.
should have. That is
fine.
your go, I believe.
Yeah.
Rook, your go. You hear this ogre zombie roar out in pain, and the violence in its eyes returns as it locks its eyes on you.
I'm still next to it.
Yes.
I'm next to
You
it.
and Caius. All right.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Corba is still on the ground.
Yeah, Corba is prone. So
Yeah.
Rook's kind of gonna like get a look at it and be like, yeah, I can take it. And is going to go and slash down at Corba with her axe.
All right, roll to hit
Yeah.
with advantage.
I mean, I have a plus.
Wait.
Yes! Nat 20!
That's amazing. The ogres are stunned.
Oh yes, they
yeah,
are.
Sure, you're right.
So they are still.
There you
like,
go. So
Yeah. So they are a threat. They just are kind of not able to do anything this round.
Okay, so nat 20. What's the full damage I can get? So the full damage would be 24 plus. Does fire? He's not resistant to
Not
fire or anything,
resistant
is he? Okay,
no.
24 plus 40. 40. That's the base max damage,
Yeah.
I guess. Does it include like all my like little bonuses because I'm raging
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
Holy shit, okay. That plus 6 plus 6 times, so plus 18. 24 plus 6 plus 18, and now I roll.
And don't forget you get so 24 plus. Okay, so let me grab my
I have so many random little
24.
bonuses that I've written down this time.
24 plus 6 plus 18. Because don't forget you do get those extra dice when raging as well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna get brutal critical as
critical.
well. Okay,
So
my
you
fire
get-
damage.
Yeah, so you get 2 2 extra D12 from the brutal critical.
20 plus 12. 32, 38, 45, and then the 2d12.
I mean, you've killed him, but I just want to hear this total.
There's a d12. 45 plus 3 plus 10. 45 plus 13.
Okay. Is that everything?
Yeah, that's everything.
That is 106 points of damage you did to him.
Yeah.
How are you doing this?
So, Corba is lying prone
Yes.
after just having been attacked by Ross and pushed down to the ground by Caius. Rook is going to get... She lifts up her flaming great axe, which is entirely composed, basically, of hardened flames. And she... Damn, what's going to do that much damage? She basically swings it right through his chest, basically like smashing through his rib cage and heart.
Nice. Okay. All right.
And then, yeah, I guess she will turn to the others and be like, all right, you ready to run now?
Right. So there are still 3 ogres. 2 of them are stunned, and 1 is at the front door. It is time for theatre actions, Ross. Your last opportunity to use one.
Yes. So everyone with inspiration, which I believe is Anya and Newman, before initiative 20 next round, if you use your inspiration, you get a full 14. So that is on checks, saves.
Checks, saves, attacks.
Checks, saves, attacks, and I believe if you're using a spell, it can be added to the damage or the healing.
Spell damage, spell healing.
Yes.
There might be some other things that we're forgetting, but that's the general...
That's the gist of it.
Those are the main
just
ones.
Pick a thing, 14, add to it. I will make sure Eddie is aware of that.
Yes. Okay. Now to click through all these dead enemies. Bertie.
Hello.
There are 2 stunned ogres and 1 very angry one outside trying to get in.
Cool. So, looking at the map, where am I?
So
I got an ogre in front of me?
Yes. It is stunned though, currently.
It's stunned.
It's also looking pretty shaky.
Cool. Alright. I guess Bertie will be like, good job everyone, and he's just gonna attack the ogre in front of him, I guess.
Alright, roll to hit.
At advantage, I believe.
Yeah.
Advantage.
Due to
yeah,
stun.
because it's stunned.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay, that's good. Alright. So a 26 to hit.
26 will certainly hit. They do not have a great AC.
Excellent. So that is, hang on. So it's 1d8 plus 4. So 7, so it's an 11 plus my 5d8, which I've set up on.
Oh.
So that is plus 35.
Yes.
For the first hit.
So you cut up at this ogre and just bisect it with the radiant push of this blade.
And then can I, because I get 2 attacks with Tasha's Otherworldly Guys, can I move to the other ogre and attack it?
So I'm assuming you're flying over?
Yeah, I'm flying.
Yeah, alright, so roll to hit.
I roll to hit again, so... And this is also at advantage because it's also stunned?
Yes.
Yep.
Multiple reasons.
So 17. Okay, so 32 to hit.
Of course.
Yep. So a D8 plus 4. So again a 7. So an 11, and then plus my beautiful 5 D8s because of the spell slot I powered it up with.
Yeah.
So plus. So 8 plus 18 on that one.
That is enough.
Cool.
That is.
So in the space of 6 seconds, Birdie kills 2 ogres.
On opposite sides of the theater, too.
Yeah. So if it's from one to the other, basically just again with calculating exactly where he needs to hit them because of he spent some time training with his buddy. And yes, cool.
Yeah.
So then he flies to the other ogre, and they both collapse.
Yeah. Any bonus action?
And with a bonus action, with the bonus action, he will. Oh, hang on, no, he doesn't have that anymore. All right, he will not do anything with his bonus action.
Okay.
Done.
I think Rook looks up after threatening these ogres and just sees Birdie just annihilate them, and it's just like, damn, boy.
Okay. Newman.
Excellent. Oh, bonus action, he gives a thumbs up to Caius.
all right.
Done.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it a D6 to see if it regains its breath? It says 5, 6. Or is that 5 to 6 turns?
That is
or?
so so you roll a d6 and on a 5 or a 6 it regains it.
That's a 2. It does not regain its breath weapon. So to anyone nearby, a whole bunch of cogs would have whirred quite quickly, only to sort of spark out and fizzle a bit. So what the dragon will then do is it is going to fly. It is just going to hover on the ground, however. And it will pretty much strafe to the front of the building and slam into the ogre with a tail attack.
All right. So roll to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna move this map rather than moving the cameras because that's probably gonna be easier at this point. All right. So what?
So that is a 18. However, yeah, no, he's just going to go with the 18.
Yeah, that's enough. They have an 8. They have
Yes.
an 8 AC.
And it's going to do 2d10 damage.
All right.
So that is 12 plus 7, which I believe is 19 damage.
Yep.
And I don't believe it has multi-attack or anything like
I
that.
don't
So
think
that's
so.
going to be...
That's one of its balance, like the balancing features of having this as like a sidekick kind of thing.
Yeah. And maybe just to flavor it, it's going to get on the other side of the ogre from the door. So it's going to go behind the ogre, essentially, with its remaining movement. All right, and then Newman's turn. He is going to go... Can you see the ogre through the splinters of the door?
I'd say if you get opposite the door so that you can see it, roll me a perception check.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that's the wrong check. So he rolled a 24.
The splintering isn't quite enough to see through yet.
Okay. So what he will do instead, might be a mistake, but I think we're in a position to handle it, is he's going to use his action to disable the rod, the immovable rod.
Yeah. So you're going to go up to the rod and disable it?
Yep.
Yep.
He's then going to open the door.
Yep. So that's your action, that's your interaction.
Yep. And he will use his bonus action, because it's the only thing he can do, to place a
Shrapnel.
A shrapnel bomb
Yep. Okay.
right at the feet of it.
All right. So if it moves, it takes damage.
Yes, and on top of that, Newman will take a step back.
All right.
Um,
You do take an attack of opportunity stepping back from it.
You know what, Darby? He's just gonna stay put in front of the yoke.
Okay.
I don't want to risk taking damage when I feel like we could take it out before they move it.
Yeah. All right.
But is he completely blocking the doorway?
Yes.
Okay, well then Newman will move out of the way. He'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay. So, I mean, the odds of him hitting you are not impossible, fairly slim though. That being said, I did just roll a 23.
And can I please use Spring Shield? And
You
by
can.
some miracle, I may be able to stop this. Now, I can't remember what
It's
my
a-
Tinker Die is. I'm going to assume it's a D8.
I believe it is.
Is this the kind of check you can add inspiration to?
No.
No,
No,
I don't
'cause
believe
this is
so,
a-
unfortunately.
I don't.
However, I did roll an 8, so that's cool.
All right.
So Newman's new AC, I believe, is 27.
20 should be higher than that, shouldn't it?
It's currently
Because-
19, and I rolled an 8.
The Clockwork Full Plate. Clockwork Full Plate, I don't know why it's not programmed properly, but it should be +3 plate,
30.
which means that it should be 21.
So it's, I believe,
it's
29
It's just
then.
not programmed properly on my end for whatever reason. I'll have to fix that at some point.
So
Okay, yeah.
Newman's buckler will spring off his wrist as he leaps back and deflects the punch of the ogre, leaving some space for people to attack through the door, and if he can, just slither around that wall a little bit more so he can still see but not be in the way.
Okay.
But again, I know that's pushing his movement.
Yeah.
I think that should
I think
just
that's about.
Yeah.
Okay, it is Sam's turn.
No.
Oh, Anya's turn.
Fuck off.
Sorry.
Darby, have you not
Anya.
seen the 50,000 messages I've been sending to our group chat?
No.
Freaking out
No.
about stuff.
Sorry. Anya and then Sam on deck. Sorry.
Darby might have one or two things that he's busy doing.
Yeah. Thank you for pulling me up on that.
Sam
Yes.
can wait.
Anya.
I've been
I mean,
thinking about this for way too long.
gives me more time to try to find if he has a ranged option.
So, Anya, with the feeling that she has, having heard heads explode and felt Bertie's magical energy skitter across, and the life energy or the undead energy dissipate from the two necromantic ogres, she's feeling a lot more sort of confident. So she taps her her earring, and in the open channel she says, "Cover your ears." And she jumps down from the stage, and striding forward, she puts a hand up, and she casts Shatter. And she's going to cast that at a 3rd level. And she's going to use 2 of her sorcery points to make that a bonus action.
All right.
So that the ogre has to make a Constitution save. It's a Con 18 save.
It's actually good at these, but I rolled low and it failed.
Cool. So first it takes 48 plus 14
Yeah.
because of Bardic.
I'm also going to say, Newman, because this is kind of an area effect, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, so this...
But it's a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point that I choose.
Yeah.
She would choose to have Newman out of that. However,
What I'm getting...
Zoot Suit is...
Yeah, Zoot Suit would probably be within range. And Zoot Suit as a construct, I believe, has...
Is Zoot Suit
Is
a
it-
magical object? No, hold
yeah.
on. I'm looking. It's a creature of inorganic material. I was looking at the wrong thing. But yeah, Zoot Zoot has disadvantage. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But
fine.
on the bright
But
side,
he also has advantage, so it cancels it out. Because I believe he has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects.
and the other thing is, I'm gonna rule that triggers the shrapnel bomb
Sure.
Well, 30.
because it's an object in range.
Sure. Cool.
There's 36 of the thunder damage, so that's including the 1d12 plus 2
All right.
bardic, which is maxed.
Yeah.
So it takes that.
Yeah. Still
and,
standing.
Yep. And she then uses her action to do an arrow. Now, is Zoot Zoot within 5 feet of this ogre?
Yes.
Wonderful. That's exactly the answer I was looking for. W passed.
I mean, it's right there on camera. I can't deny it.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. So that's a 28. Does that hit?
That'll hit.
Cool. Now, once again, I'm going to roll all of these just together.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 d6 for the sneak attack, plus another d6 for the fire, plus 2 d10 for the radiant, plus a d8 for the normal damage, plus 8. So whatever this rolls, it's plus 8.
Yep. All right. So while you're adding that up, Jake, what is the shrapnel bomb damage? I believe it's a D8 damage.
Yeah, I was just going to say it is unknown to my records, but just says damage based on Tinker Die. So I was just going to go that. But I rolled max again on my Tinker Die
so that is
for a
8
total
damage.
of 8 damage. And for flavor, that shrapnel bomb was enhanced with inspiration. So
right.
whatever it was to hit gets plus 14.
Plus another 45 damage.
Yeah, this zombie just, I'm gonna say that like it just explodes from the center, between like the shatter and the radiant energy pulsing at it.
And as Anya reaches Newman, she puts her hand out for a high five.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to roll its undead fortitude, but when the amount of damage killing it is like that far beyond 20, it can't succeed.
Newman wipes the new layer of blood and
Yep.
gunk off his face and high fives Anya with the other hand.
All right.
Anya says, "Good job."
That was pretty good.
Okay, so he might save that for, so he'll do this at a 5th level. Okay, so what Sam is going to do on his turn is he's gonna say, I don't think it's going to be long before there's reinforcements. I think we need to get to the wilds now, and that's also going to be counted as a mass healing word. So how many people is this? Up to 6 creatures, so he's not going to heal himself. So everyone regains 10 hit points.
Are we still going by initiative order?
We can, but that is where we're going to leave it for this episode,
Oh boy.
as that
job,
gets us back to the
everyone.
top of the initiative order.
Alrighty. Good
Yeah.
job, everyone. Well, thank you for
Well done,
listening.
everyone.
Thank you for
See you
listening.
next week.
See you next
We
time.
worked quite well together.
Yes,
You did.
this was amazing. See you next time, folks.
See you next week.
Bye.
Sorry for
Bye.
listening.
Like, honestly, like, I
Shit.
got worried when they were coming from 3 different fronts.
Yes.
But then, like, you guys just paved the way for Newman to move freely. Like, he didn't have to say anything. Everyone just picking off the enemies, which he didn't want to deal with.
It's
And he
parting
was
the Red
able to
Sea
just
for Newman.
get to the enemies that he wanted to deal with. It was great.
Yeah.
See, the whole time I was like, I'm gonna get Anya to slow the ogres. I'm gonna get Anya to slow the ogres. But then everyone was just demolishing the ogres, and I was like, well, she doesn't have to. Cool.
Yeah.
Explode the ogres instead.
Yeah.
Sorry about your door, Ross.
Oh yeah.
I
To
mean,
be fair, what Anya was going to do, if
gonna
she
shatter it.
hadn't opened the door, was she was going to shatter behind the door, and it would have shattered the door.
Yeah.
Ooh.